into the video here. Checking audio. Dang it. Yep, there we go. Alright, we just have a really bad delay. So I've noticed a lot of questions, surrounding Warframe and, the online spaces and whatnot. People have been releasing videos and VTubers have recently been getting into, like, Warframe and all that, right? And a lot of people are asking the same question. Why does nobody talk about Warframe? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and just say the short answer here if you want to go ahead and click off. Short answer is because nobody needs to talk about it. Really, the only people that really talk about it is whenever somebody's playing it and then they're trying to introduce their friend to it and they think it's a whole nother experience. It's a free-to-play game on the free-to-play market, and honestly, nobody's really going to talk about it unless it does something either bad or negative. Now, we're so used to games being out for a week and then being shut down to where, like, we can't comprehend a game like this that has been out since 2013. I'm personally a Warframe, well, I would say I'm a Warframe veteran. I was here when Zephyr Prime was first released. She was my first ever Prime purchase. Um, Honest to God, though, the reason nobody talks about Warframe is just because nobody needs to. The game survives on the goodwill of its population that it currently has. Well, yes, it's going to expand, and there's always new people downloading the game. I don't think anybody really needs to talk about it. It's one of those experiences that you see, you click on, you try it, and you're hooked. It's something that a lot of people are not used to. Um, Best way to put it? I would say this is like introducing a caveman to the concept of like, or no, this is like the reverse, right? This is like going to the future and introducing somebody from the future to what games were like in 2001. They'd look at that and be like, holy shit, they used to look like this or work like this. And yeah, it's basically like that. Now that Warframe is essentially between a generation of people, Gen Z, Gen X, you don't really need to, you know, reintroduce it to the population. It's already been popular. It's always been popular. Hell, I think Steam charts about half a year ago were still at like 10,000 people on just Steam. That's not including Xbox and PlayStation. And Warframe has a very large PlayStation community, actually, believe it or not. So, believe it or not, I play on PlayStation. I know, terrible. But the reason why you don't have to talk about it is because on PlayStation there are just so many players. Because you have to pay for a subscription before you play an online game, unless it's a free game. Warframe was my first ever online game on PlayStation. We had just got internet installed, and I was like, holy crap, I need to play a game. I sign in, and I see Zephyr Prime's loading screen. Oh, yeah. By the way, DE, when am I going to get a Zephyr Prime trailer? When am I going to get Zephyr lore? I've been waiting for Zephyr lore for the longest time. Even lore masters have been skipping over Zephyr. They're like, and that's all the Warframes, and I'm like, what do you mean? Even Banshee got lore. And I think the only person who plays Banshee on a regular basis is me. And that's just because I go into Koba to find noobs and I use Banshee to, like, destroy waves. Yeah, again, it's a game that stands on its own. And honestly, whenever it comes down, ever. I will say that. I mean, at this point they fully and you know, they have fully embraced the Gooner community. I will say that. But in all honesty, this game is, I would say, important for the gaming space. And it's important in more ways than one. It's basically showing the industry that you don't have to be money hungry or greedy or fire almost all of your employees in order to make a good game, in order to make a successful game. This game stands alone by itself, and it's able to masterfully get people to want to spend money, not because they feel like they have to, but because they want to. You eventually get used to being abused by these other game companies to where you don't know what a good game feels like anymore. You don't know how good it feels to not have to pay for anything anymore. You spend the money because you want the item, not because you have to. You could always grind the item, but you want to support the company before you get that item. In all honesty, Warframe is essentially what other games wish that they were. What the Battle Pass system could be, what a, you know, MMO could be. I got a weird comparison the other day where somebody was essentially just saying, hey, this is like a weird Final Fantasy 14. I was like, the fuck you mean? Because I've never played Final Fantasy, and he's like, yeah, I don't have to pay for
Hey.
this. That's it? Just hey? Okay. I gotta kill 5 Zarmon Angels, so... But yeah, honestly, another thing that really comes with this game is the storyline. You get full cutscene stories in this game. Anything is a spoiler in this game at this point. Now you may be like, well, isn't that just kind of stressful? Now I'm scared about talking about the game or whatnot. No, it's great. It means everything has a purpose. Now there are a few plot holes. I'm not denying that. There are quite a few. Like for instance, if you go to the Void, why is there just a giant Orokin fortress? That makes no damn sense. Oh yeah, and Eternalism. Eternalism is very, very, uh, confusing. But in terms of lore, there's a full codex for you. There's a museum called the Laverian, where you can look up the history of each Warframe. There's lore, there's story, there's stuff for you to dig into. And it looks like that's where my Wi-Fi is. Oh god. Yeah, well I guess that's where my Wi-Fi ends, so I'll go ahead and end the video. I guess I'll go ahead and end the video here. Y'all have yourselves a good one. I just wanted to make a response. I've been seeing too many videos like, why is nobody talking about this? It's because you don't have to. The game is just good. If anybody out there hasn't played it, I highly recommend it. It's free. The community always welcomes new people. It's not toxic, and, well, I hope to see y'all online.